What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dope and Dusty. And today we're going to be doing my tent setup and my light setup. We're going to be setting up the LUXX 860 and my 8x8 tent by Cloud Lab. I believe it's the 899 Cloud Lab tent. And so yeah, we're going to be doing that. But right before we get to that, I wanted to get up into setting up the actual room first. I kind of want to set up to the best of my knowledge. I know I'm not the best grower out there, but there is a few things that I want to set up on the room before we even get that started up. And first off is I went ahead and sweeped everything out. I already sweeped it, cleaned it. When the tent gets set up, nothing's gonna get cleaned here for some time because that's a big tent, so it's gonna be hard to move. So I want everything to be clean before I even did that. So I already took care of that. Now I wanna double black it out. That tent is really good and it's supposed to hold out all the light. It's supposed to be stitched very, very well. I trust the tent, but I want to basically double proof it. I am also gonna be blacking out the windows. You've probably seen this in my hand. I'm gonna be blacking out these windows as well. So not only is it gonna be blacked out from this, but the tent as well. So there's no way light's gonna be leaking in or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll set up one of these on camera and then the rest I'm gonna do off camera and I'll just show you what it looks like. But these are just your basic paper blinds from Lowe's. I think I got these for like $6. Nothing crazy expensive, and I'm just gonna be hanging them right here. I am not gonna hang them the way you typically would. So if somebody's in the comments or like, oh, you hung that wrong, I know I'm hanging it this way for a reason. It's so I don't have to cut the sides and I'm able to tape it off on the side and allow for a perfect seal. You guys will see later at the very end, I'll show you exactly how it's sealed. So pretty much no light's gonna come in. I mean, a little bit may seep in, but not enough that's gonna affect the plants because they themselves are gonna be in a tent as well. So it's gonna be, like I said, a double seal there for the light. I don't think these need like the most explaining on what you have to do. But basically, all you do is you're just peeling off this sticky tape right here and then you're just applying it wherever you want to put it. As I said before, I'm not applying it how you should. Normally, you would apply it up against this right here and then you would let it hang down. But for my purposes, I don't want to have to cut it or anything. So I'm putting it on a little bit of a different way. But it's still going to work and you guys will see why I did it that way as well. It may help you out. You may want to do it this way, or you may want to actually, if you have a proper cutting tool and you can cut it exactly the right way, you may want to do it the proper way. That may be the better route for you, but this is the way I'm going to do it. So as you guys can see, it doesn't take the most, effort. I'm going to try to do this as best as I can. Hopefully it goes on correctly. But as you guys can see, it's really easy. It's just tape on the end. So let's see. I'm probably going to mess it up though. Let's see. All right, so that is stuck, and then now I just let it down. And it's eventually gonna weigh down a little bit more, but yeah, it doesn't reach all the way down to the ground right now. It's kind of still stretching out, but as you guys can see, it already made the room a lot darker, and I'm gonna go ahead and get to the other ones. It's the same exact process, it's just, that's all I have to do. Here is the LUXX light right here. And here is the Cloud Lab 899, the 96 by 96 by 80, the 8x8. Now, I also just kind of wanted to show you guys, here's the kind of end result right here. That is not an opening spot right there. I just will need to tape it. I have not taped it yet, so that's also something I will have to do, but I at least have them hung up. As you guys can see towards the bottom, they have not fully came down yet. This one's coming down more, and by the time I come back from getting some food, I am going to go grab some food. By the time I get back from grabbing some food, they'll probably be fully flushed. I hung the clips on the bottom, as you can see right here, so it kind of weighs them down. But yeah, basically, they're going to weigh down all the way. I stretched them down all the way, and they pretty much will touch the bottom. So I know there's enough length there. It just has to be fully stretched out, each one of them. As you can see, this was the first one I hung. So as you can see, yeah, even these two, they're at different lengths right here. This was the first one I hung out of all of them, and it's already almost all the way stretched down. So this one's already kind of showing what it's going to do. And I also wanted to kind of point out to you guys as to why I didn't cut them on the ends. It's because I want it to be flush with this side right here. So when I tape it, it really seals it off from everything. It's really, really going to seal it off. We went to go get some tacos and margaritas, and we spent too much time here. I got back way too late, but luckily we still got it done. As you can see right here, I am kind of like pretty much midway through setting this up. Right now, I'm pretty much just setting up like a box. I'm not going to go through the instructions with you guys, but I mean, you pretty much are just setting up a box right here with the poles, and then you're wrapping the tent around it. There's plenty of different YouTube videos on that. And it also comes with instructions on how to do that. But you're basically just making a big box and then you're wrapping the tent around it. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys kind of where I'm at. I'm just basically connecting those easy poles. Let me show you guys here. They're the easy ones that you just connect in. I mean, even without having instructions, you know, somebody would know how to make a box with these poles. And so, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And so I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. Once I finish the box, I'll show you guys once I start wrapping the tent around it. All right, guys, so I took longer than expected getting food, so I got back kind of late. As you guys can see, I already got the tent on there. I kind of showed you a little bit of me getting the poles and kind of setting like the frame of it up. And guys, I ain't gonna lie, getting an 8x8 canvas on here, the actual fitting over the frame was not that hard, but opening this thing up in a room that I'm probably like in a 15x15 room, and getting both of these open or having that frame built and opening the tent at the same time was kind of hard. I didn't know if I was going to get it done tonight, but I got it done, pulled it over the top. After I pretty much had it all settled out, I knew where the top and the bottom was. It was pretty easy, but it's just such a big canvas, guys. I was used to a 3x3, so this was huge, way bigger. But I got it done, and I'll flip the camera so you guys can kind of see it from the other way. As you guys can see now, we can barely even see back there now. It's a full 8x8, guys. It's pretty big. I'll go ahead and open. Oh, I guess we can see in through the middle right here, but it's all dark. As you guys can see, there it is. And it kind of got late, so I'm going to wait to hang the light. But I will hang the LUXX light tomorrow, and that's going to still be in this video here. Alright guys, so I didn't like the middle pole that was on my tent, so I had to grab some things from Lowe's, some angle iron, and I also got the PVC for my grow bed. So yeah, luckily my dad was in town, and so I was able to use his truck to bring some of the stuff. That was really helpful, and it saved me, because my Mustang, it just wouldn't have fit this stuff. Alright, so I almost got all the soil moved back here. I forgot to take a video at the very beginning, but I have 2 bags left in the back of the truck. My dad's truck also came in handy with the soil. He also helped me, so I only had to take 11 bags instead of 22. And guys, this is what I use the angle iron for, and so I didn't have to have the middle pole there on the tent. As most 8x8s, you have to have that middle pole there, but that wasn't going to work with my setup, and you guys will see why because of my grow bed. So this angle iron fixed it. Alright, so I have the grow bed finished. It's a 3x6. Now, I will say, just something just to let you guys know, if you want to have something near, like to what I have, whenever you're cutting these, you're going to want to cut these side ones about 31 inches, possibly 32. And these sides right here, you're going to want to cut straight 30. So it's not like a true 3x6. Like, if you measure it from the outside dimensions, it is. But the way that these couplers work, you have to take off an inch a little bit from each side and stuff like that. So it equals out. You're going to want 31s on the side and 30s on the front and back, or if you want to call this the side and front and back, however you want to do it. But that's how you do that if you want to do this type of grow bed. Alright guys, so I did want to go over how I hung the light and how I strengthened up the tent with the angle iron. This information really can't be found too much or like really anywhere, so I wanted to show you guys exactly what I did and how I hung the light. So we're going to go over that next. So I didn't go over the angle iron too well, so I kind of wanted to go over it just a little bit because this part is a little bit different than the rest of the tent, as you can't really look up this part just anywhere on YouTube. So I did just tape it off just so it doesn't mess with this here. That's what the tape is for. And I basically just put a little bolt in here. I could have actually, honestly, now that I think about it, I would have went a little bit bigger than what this was, but it's not going to worry about it. This light's only 40 pounds, and this is a really big light. And so this is definitely going to be good enough, unless you're hanging other stuff on here. I am not. So this is the only thing I'm hanging on here, so this is fine with about 40 pounds. So that's all I did there. I just drilled the hole there in the angle iron, and then we met up here in the center, and I will go in, kind of zoom in a little bit more on that so we can kind of look at that a little bit more. And as you can see here in the center, where they two met, I put a bolt in there, and I also, to build up a little bit more strength, I bought a smaller, one to kind of put. So there's 3 actually on here. There's another middle one in the middle, kind of holding the center together, since they just barely met. As you guys can see right there, they just overlap. So this third one makes it overlap a lot, basically, and strengthens it up a lot more. And so basically what this let me do is it made me be able to do without this pole right here. And what that does is it allows me to have my 3x6 grow bed right here. As you guys can see, there's my old light, guys. Picturing this little tiny baby Mars Hydro. I mean, my hand is that size compared to this light up here. This thing is huge, just to kind of compare. But guys, if I wouldn't have taken away that pole from the center, I wouldn't have been able to have this 3x6 grow bed. Or I would have had to try to edge it off to that side, and the light would have been kind of weird. So I went ahead and did without that middle pole so I can grow like this, and I can have a good way to record for you guys. It'll be really easy for me to make videos in here and everything. And so yeah, that's pretty much the rest of the setup. It's the LUXX 860 LED Pro XR. Just go ahead and fill in the dirt, which I have out there, but that'll be part of my planting seeds video. I wanted this to be the setup video. So everything has been pretty much set up, the lights. And oh, one last thing I didn't go over with you guys is how I hung it up here. So I basically, since I did have a different setup than most people, the normal stuff that they gave me didn't really work. So I had to buy these right here from Amazon. They're just the single, I forget what they are called. I'll put it right here on the bottom to guys let you know what these are called. But I got a pack of these and I put them on the Mars Hydro ratchet. So it's easy for me to, you know, go up and down with it. So if you guys don't have Mars Hydro, you'd probably just want to get ratchets and then these right here. It did come with a set of these, but let me go ahead and show you why I don't like what it came with. See, these are what they came with, and it's just not that long enough as compared to what I have right now, guys. And so what it ends up doing is it's really opening this like as wide as it can be, and it's really stressing on that little part right there where the metal is. It's just pulling so hard. And yeah, I just think that will eventually fail. So I don't like the way that is. That's why I went with these, because I know that it's not stressing anywhere like it was with the old one. All right, guys, and just kind of getting a little bit of an outside view for you guys to kind of see from, you know, outside into the tent. As you guys can see, another reason why I mentioned earlier why I had to take out that pole there is so I could actually have this in the middle. And I didn't mention it earlier, but if I had it against that wall, it would be hard for me to trim the plants on this side, you know. Now I can walk around, you know, right here and trim the plants on that side, walk around on this side, trim them over here. So this allows me to have really good access to the plants. Now, I will say, I'm not using the most of my space, but this is mainly meant so I can make videos for you guys and make really good quality. You know, I don't care about, you know, how much I yield, but if I'm able to trim everything up perfectly while it's growing, get a whole bunch of light on the right part of my canopy and get exactly what I want, that's what I'm aiming for. So that's why I want to have a nice grow space. I can move around, trim what I need to, get to where I need to, and focus on it and get as much quality as I can. And all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. And until the next smoke session on Dope and Dusty or building grow session on Dope and Dusty, see you guys later.